Trying to move the dam back, do it in two steps. A lot of dirt to move. There's our starting of our dam. We've pretty much got the core field compacted real good. Good clay we got in there. Right, of course, right in the bottom is that drain I was talking about. That's the old existing drain. Ponds over to the left. All of this fresh dirt that you see, all that's got to be moved and gone into the dam back here to the left of the compactor. All that's the topsoil. Whew. A lot of dirt to move with a little D5. It's coming there. We're getting it. Well, I get on this side of the late afternoon sun. You can see a little better when I leave every day. We got this side finished off. It's that old muck it had to cover up in that hole. And now that I got me a bench cut for the excavator, the lower one for the excavator and the upper one for the dump truck. We're gonna reach and clean that mess up. We need all that clay we can get. It's good clay too. We may even come all the way across this end after we get that lift off. I don't know, but then that left hand, it looks like we've built the dam, but we haven't. That's just sitting there ready to put the dams on the back side of that. We've pulled all of this front side of it off, got our core cut. It rained yesterday. We had a little pond pumped out. Rained just about as soon as we got it pumped out, but that's all right. I've got it stopped up on the other end right now. I don't know if it pours down rain tonight. We'll just have to cut it out, let it out, let the water out. But if not, they're calling 80% chance of rain tomorrow, so we'll probably leave it like it is. Work on the upper sides of the thing tomorrow, probably with this side over here. Kind of my plan right now. And wait the weekend and Monday if they're talking about 80% chance of rain tomorrow. So the only problem is that I've got my drain stopped up back there with my core. I want to leave it that way for the weekend, and then after that, Monday, if they're calling for a few days, we're going to start building the dam on the backside and pull all that right there at that cut. We got to pull all that out because I'm afraid if it starts building up water, we'll lose all that clay. A lot of stuff to do. Yep, late afternoon sun hits me every time, but I've cut me a couple of spots through there. We got all that clay that we need to haul over here on the other side of the dam. The lower one's for the excavator to set on, the top one's for the truck to set on, and we're going to try to see what we can back out there with it. We just about got this side of the dam pushed over to where we can get it in one leg. We are filling the core. This thing's already, I cut it about 4 or 5 foot deep, 12 foot wide. That's how wide the core and deep was. So we filled it up this far and just keep going to the top. get this clay out of this thing, I cut us a bench right there for the excavator to set on, cut another bench up there. The old truck has to set level. Seeing what we can do about getting some of this stuff out of here. It's not easy to do. It's steep down in here. Looks like it'd be easy, but when it's up above you like that, it's all they can do to reach it to start with. At this point, we'd already filled the core previously from the dam on the left-hand side, and then started up with it with the different clay. On my dam, started coming up with it. Put my cofferdam in place today and decided that way I could go on and start raising this dam up. So we put in 15-20 loads here with all of this on the old dump truck. Put it down, compact it, and put a little topsoil on the backside of it as we go along was my plan. Put my frickin' topsoil pile a little too far away over there. Good shape over here on this side. There's my dilemma. I'm just afraid it's gonna rain. I ain't even worried about the ditch right now, but if it rains, that could theoretically fill up and cause us a problem. Well, I finally decided just build me a cofferdam. I didn't want that to get water. I've started my dam on the other side, so I'll build a cofferdam here to hold this water in case it rains. It's supposed to rain. But we got a tremendous amount of clay on this bank right here. It's still got it. It goes all the way through. With that much clay, and we're going to need it to. This dam's got to be a lot bigger than this one, so that's what we're fighting. Just trying to make what we can while we can. I can still get a hold of it right now, but if I take this dam away, I don't know. It's going to be hard to understand. Whatever I do, it'll be wrong. You know that. But anyway, I decided to go on and build this cofferdam for this in case it rains. Because here's what I got. Going this way, it's got a little bit of water laying in it. But there's my new dam. I've already started coming across it. And if it rains, I didn't want all this flooded and I have to fight that. So I went on and built this cofferdam here to stop it back here. Here's a view of our dam as it's coming up. We're hauling off the left-hand side where that bench cuts were. We'd haul 10 or 20 loads and level it off and then compact it. And then we'd haul 10 or 20 more loads, just kind of try to bring it up even is what we were trying to do. Well, we're building. Got a good base right there. That's some good stuff. Well, there's my daily video from the road. My theory is on this water, is there water non-stop with blackberries up on the hill? Well, I think it's just coming out of the ground. I may have to dig it up and put some clay in it, see if I can stop that little spot. It just started last week when they started watering, so. Anyway, we're still working on that pile of clay, some massive pile of clay over there. That's good stuff. Starting to see the dam on the other side. That's the original dam right there. The original dam's on this side. That's my new dam on the other side. Doesn't look a lot of difference. but it's a tremendous amount bigger. And that's where he wanted the road, so that's what we're doing. Put a little topsoil down. It's getting there. I would like about another 10 feet. Come up about another 10 feet. Still got a lot of dirt. Clay to fool with. But it's getting there. Here's what happens when you get one of those. Hey, half-inch rain came in about 15 minutes. And this happened to be sitting there, so I was able to direct it where I needed it. Yeah, later on, we want all that water going in the pond, but right now we don't need it in there in our way. It makes a mess. That's what we've been trying to avoid, going in the pond. Right now I want it to go behind it. So I cut a little ditch, get it to go that way. It was going down in here, and I don't need it down in there right now. Here's what happens when these flash jobs. I just happen to be sitting here, so I made a dam. Well, it rained. So I got my little cofferdam, got my excavator sitting on that. The ditch is still there, and I just happened to be here when it came a half-inch rain in 15 minutes at lunchtime today. And I looked, and you can see in the video the water was, boy, it was rolling. So I ran up there with a dozer right quick and diverted it to go behind the dam. For now, that's why we're building the dam where it's at, because we want that water in this lake. That'll be fine, but right now we don't want it in the lake. So my little spot right there that filled up on me, so I took the excavator and dipped it out and put it in the pond. If the water comes up, we'll just keep building that little cofferdam until we can get this gone, and then we'll be okay. Well, I guess they approve. We're about to get it. Cutting the road now. It's 3 foot low on this side. But we got a lot of clay here left to go. A lot of clay in that part right there if we need it. Clay right here is what we're digging. It's good. This is good building clay right here. So we got quite a bit here, I think enough to raise that road up, and then take that dirt, blade in around it on this edge, topsoil on the other side. Well, the dam on the left is slowly disappearing, and the dam on the right is growing. That was the whole idea going in. Here's just a few pictures of the dam as it's coming up out of the ground. I'm real tickled with it at this point in time because it's good clay and we've compacted it all, and it just, I'm real happy with it. But right here, you can see how it's starting to come up out of the ground, and we got a lot of topsoil to put on the back. But and then here, you know, we're still making it grow. We'd hauling 10, 15 loads and then compact it. Well, here's my same old late afternoon video. As you can see, that's our new dam. We've got a little cofferdam right there at the end of the water, but other than that, just a matter of finishing it up now. We've got to level it up, raise it up another foot in a spot or two. That'll work. Always, as the old boy says, all we like's finishing up. Probably won't be able to do this too much longer, but Friday afternoon, maybe you get a idea of just how deep this thing is. Driving the truck down in here. We kind of cleaned up some of this bank right here this afternoon. Got some more clay to put on our dam. We got that dam right there. We can rob some more out of it if need be. It'll be a pretty good hole of water. Sorry, I'm driving and holding my phone. But there's my coffer dam right there. I've got everything directed going that way in case it rains till we get this bank worked down. I'm gonna say it's 18, 20 foot deep right here, but it may not be that much. It's 25 feet to the top of the dam, but we're not gonna have water up that close. Right here, Juan is down in the pond laying some of the last clay over out of that cut that we made, and he's laying it over next to the dam where I can get a hold of it with a dozer, and I am loading the truck and hauling some more. As you can tell, it's a long way across that dam, and we had to back all the way from this side to the other side when we were over on the other side. It's a long haul. Backed across that dam a many a time, I'll tell you that right now, but we got it done. And by the way, I just measured with a measuring wheel across that dam yesterday, and it's 525 feet from one side to the other. So it's a pretty good little piece just to back across. And you can see here, I would put some on the other side and some on this side. At this point in the dam, we had a few low places and we were trying to keep it somewhat level as we went. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a section on the other side, and I came to do a section on this side. And then we'll level it off and just keep shooting it till we get it level. We're getting there. It's my usual saying, we're getting there. We got another little bit, probably another 2 feet on this end of the dam. A little low place in the middle, and we're going to start leveling it up. Well, I decided to take the drone up late this afternoon, kind of get an aerial of the whole thing. There's kind of the scope of the pond. As you can see, I've got a bunch of clay laid there in the middle of the dam to knock down the next morning. That little flat area there behind my cofferdam and in front of the new dam, right there, it's kind of a flat. I had decided I had some areas that was concerning me on some black dirt, so I put in 2,000 pounds of bentonite clay and added a little bit of good clay to the top of it and walked it in just for safety's sake. So that's what that little area is. And here's kind of just an overview of the little orchard where all this is taking place. The majority of these trees right there, the blackberries there right directly over us, and then peach trees that were just 2 years old, and then they had some frost damage this year and had to regroup and do a lot of stuff different than they normally would. So they always have a corn maze, so they planted that whole section there of corn and sunflowers, and had a guy come in with a GPS unit and cut the corn maze for them. I just thought that's kind of neat. Took a tractor and a rototiller and went in and cut all of that. Anyway, I just thought it's kind of neat. Yeah, we're back over the pond. This is kind of a little bit of a view of the pond dam and where we were at this stage of the game. Well, I'm even a little bit late tonight. Usually that late afternoon sun, it's just about gone. And that's all right. It's cooler this way. But my old saying is we are getting there. All I like is bringing this. Not only are we building a dam, but we're building a road. He wants to go from over there to over here to pull his wagons in this orchard, picking pumpkins and blackberries and strawberries. This is just a highway for him, but we don't like we don't like much. He can drive it right now, we'll be fine. I'm gonna bring it up to suit myself, get it level the way I want it. I'm plus or minus a foot. And I haven't measured how far across that is across there, but I'm gonna do that. But I'm not, I'm out of maybe a foot in the middle. I'm just gonna get a little bit of that dirt off that side, bring up there, compact it in, and then start blading it in. It's almost beginning to look like a pond. Actually, I'm gonna call it a lake now. It was a pond, but I'm gonna call it a lake. Trying to save this old tree. He said he didn't care going in. We come right up to this tree. Well, that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna bring the water level up to right along here somewhere, where we're gonna stop, make a little flat spot right there. He's happy with that. He looked at it today and he's tickled with the job. He's tickled with the dam, tickled with the road. If he's tickled, buddy, I am elated. I promise you. Here, Juan has went across the backside of this dam, putting the finishing touches on it, kind of leveling it off, getting it down to where I can get on it. To this point, it was too steep, but that's what we're doing here. Yeah, there's our afternoon video. We got it semi-shaped, the dam. I just went up down it. It's too steep to run on. I can climb it, but that's about all I can do. But I'm gonna let it rain on it and tighten it up a little bit. But that's pretty much the shape of it. And there's our dam and there's our road. Right happy with it right now. Of course, it probably never hold any more water than what it's got in it, but that'd be a nice road. God, I hope not. But whatever, I mean, it is. That's what you have to do on a pond. I do the best we can do. But guess what? It's still a 50-50 proposition. But I sure do hope it holds. For my sake and his as well. But it sure does look good, I'll have to say. I'm tickled with it. We got the topsoil we got to put on the back. I'm trying to get it ready for water. Because when these rains come, it's dumping a lot of water in there, and if it ever gets up on the other side of that little puddle, then I can't work on the dam anymore. So I've got it all directing down into this. Still got my cofferdam in there. But there's where we're at. It's supposed to rain for 2 or 3 days, so we'll have to see how that goes. There's a finished road, ready for gravel. Of course, we gotta put our overflow and everything in. But that's where we're gonna go with it. We're gonna raise it up maybe 6 more inches with gravel, and there she'll be. After it rains on it quite a bit, and then we got all the topsoil to put on the backside. I went in the next morning. It sprinkled rain a little bit in that morning, which is good for the clay, but I decided to go on and compact that dam as best I could. I didn't know whether I could crawl it or not. Pretty steep, but I was able to get up it and get what I needed to do. I'm gonna tell you something, it's a lot steeper than it looks when you get on a piece of equipment coming up something like that. But anyway, I got it compacted, which is what I wanted to do before it rained and filled me up down on the bottom. As the old boy said, I had to sneak up on that. I'd go up a little bit on the first few tries. I'd go up a little ways and come back, and then next time I'd go a little farther. And pretty soon I could have went all the way over it. I didn't, but I could have gone on to the top. There's no need to get up on the road because it's compacted good already. But anyway, Juan came back from the doctor's appointment that morning and took a few videos of me going up and down that hill. Like I said, it's a lot steeper than it looks when you're sitting on that darn thing. But I'm tickled to death. I did it. It absolutely worked. It worked perfect. I compacted it this morning. I was on that machine probably 2 or 3 hours. And then after that, it rained me out. And then we went back later on that afternoon. It rained us out again. And as you'll see later on, it filled me up down there where I'm working right now. So anyway, it worked out real good. All the things, right time frame. And there's the dam after I got through compacting that morning. It started raining and kind of ran me out, but we got over it enough to do it just exactly what I wanted it to do. Well, I just compacted the pond side of the dam. It's raining. Got a little muddy, had to quit, but that's good for the clay to get a little moisture in it. I walked it in. We're not finished with the other side yet, but hopefully it won't, I'm sure it won't fill up to where I can't get to that other side. That's the reason I wanted to get this done before it rained me out. Well, we got another inch of rain last night, and it went over my little cofferdam. I took most of it down and used it on covering that up the other day. And that's okay. We had the dam ready, had it compacted all the way across. All this water runs in it, both places. And I had it directed away from the side there on the right next to the dam. I had it going into my little pond, but now we've started up with the water. I got a little bit of work to do over on the other side. If it doesn't, I'm high enough, it won't mess with me over there, I don't think, unless we get a tornado or a hurricane rain. And if we do, it'll have to be okay, but it's not bad shape. And as usual, God bless America, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.